Howdy and welcome everybody to Running Out of Breath. I'm your host, Old Town South, and welcome back to your favorite marathon podcast. This is episode 11, and I got my homie, True Batman 44 with me again tonight, and we have some fun things to discuss with you all. Hope y'all's runs out there have been going well. We certainly have had a great time lately, and hope you all are getting the loot that you want to get. And as always, just not gonna go on and on about this, but we just can't thank you all enough for the downloads. We can't thank you all enough for the feedback that we've gotten. Bat, hey, my boy, I got something to share with you, man. We have an episode, dude, that's almost at 100 downloads. We're close, man. Episode 9 has, and I don't even mind at all being transparent live here right now as recording, and it's going to go out to everybody. Episode 9 has like 90 downloads. So that bad boy gets like 10 more downloads, bro. We got it, dude. We got it. And I think we did hit... Congratulations on 500 downloads. So let's clap it up for that, man.
Yes.
Let's go. We did get the achievement. I've been waiting for that one too. Thank you everybody so much. That is wild to me. 500, this podcast has received 500 downloads. Just thank you all so much. Even if this is your first episode or you're 11 episodes deep in and you're fully committed to us. Thank you all so much. Thank you. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I wish I had this paperwork in front of me. Bat, we got other countries that listen to us. Yo, the UK loves some running out of breath. Thank you to our UK people. We'll have an episode and we'll be more specific about that. And we'll, kind of go further into what sections of the UK. But if you are from the UK listening to us right now, thank you. We got a couple of people from Canada. Thank you to all the Canadians. Thank you. I'm sure I sound straight out of the pig pen to all you people. But thank you, guys. Seriously. Thank you for hanging with us and listening to us. And there's even another country. I don't want to stutter on my words too much, Bat, and there be an awkward pause, but we even have like another country. I'm like, they listen to us. Dude, it's crazy. I can't wait. We'll probably talk. If it comes to me in this episode, we'll talk about it. But if it doesn't come to me while we're talking and everything, we'll get to it on the next one. So that was that. I love looking at the geography of like who listens to us and where they listen to us. It's awesome. So, alrighty, man. I think a great way to get this thing started off, dude. I was thinking today, Bat, while I was at work, and last weekend, we really had a full circle moment, man, and it was absolutely beautiful. And that moment I'm talking about is our runs we had with our fine listener, Zanem. When you really think about it and break it down, Zanem he is a shout out to him, by the way. He is a listener of the show. He is a fan of the show. He discovered us, Bat. He listened to us. He sent us fan mail. He built that connection with us. We friended each other. That resulted in us playing together and running some matches. To make it even better, dude, we even got some contracts done for him that he was... if he was here, I feel like he would say, he was having a little bit of a hard time with. I feel him on that. Some of these contracts have made me and you just bang our head up against a wall. Dude, I don't know about you, man, but I think I just wanted to definitely pinpoint in this episode, like, what a beautiful thing that was. Like, the utilization of this podcast, we was able to help a fellow runner I don't want to speak on how many people he has to play with or not, but to help a fellow runner with his contracts and get him and leave him better than when we found him. That probably wasn't the best wording of that, but like he had more gear when we logged off for the night than when we started for the night. What an absolute awesome that thing is, man. I got some more to talk about. We'll talk about how those matches went per the notes, but anything you just like to say on that, man? Everything just coming full circle like that.
It was actually really cool. Next to Atlas, the first time we met him, the first fan, he's still around.
Still keeping that guy around.
Cool. Yeah, it was cool to have that little like first experience again with somebody.
Yes.
And yeah, he's a really cool guy. We played some good matches with him, and he's like, I ended up with some blues and purples that I didn't have before, and he learned a couple things from us that we just kind of showed what we'd experienced ourselves.
Yes.
He had said that he hadn't been on Outpost very much.
Correct.
And we had some really good runs on there. And I felt like we had some pretty good teaching moments, which was cool, because we haven't really had that aspect in the game. Because, Atlas, he was a solo player mainly. And then we got to play with him in trios. And, obviously Fallen we met through the game. So it was two people that had, plenty of background.
Plenty of FPS background, very great. Yeah. Even Atlas, great knowledge of the game. Nothing to teach. Like, okay, hold on, let me back up. We can all learn from each other, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Fallen knows what to do. Atlas knows what to do. Them two guys know what to do.
It wasn't that like he stated he's like, I know how to shoot, but there's areas in this game that I haven't been in. And there's stuff that I haven't experienced. So that was kind of cool to go on that little journey with him. And I do hope to play with him again soon, because that was just a fun time.
It was, man, and it was really cool because he had not had a lot of it. He told, this is per him. He told us, hey, I haven't had a lot of experience on Outpost, and it was cool to be like, hey, right now we're searching airfield, we're looking for green keys, we're looking for ways we can get into Pinwheel, but we're also keeping an eye out for enemy runners along the way. And I love that we actually had some good matches with him, and I love that he had some hero moments. Like there was a moment where we were fighting in a hallway, and like me and you, we got trades with the enemy team, but we got down, and it ultimately came down to he had to win his one-on-one in order for the team to survive. And he clutched, and he did it. And I was so happy for him that he got to have that moment, man. The way the night started off, and this is kind of getting into the notes right here a little bit. he needed to. I think he had a new. I'm gonna hang on. I need a cigarette. Hang on. You got a lighter, Bat?
Yeah, I was lighting mine because it went out.
Okay. I'm gonna need that lighter. I got a Pall Mall right here. I saw that he had to what I remembered to be a new caloric contract that was requiring him to go to Dire Marsh, and I saw that contract and I knew what it entailed, and I just kind of took a deep breath. I was like, we've been here before. So, the first game, it was kind of rough. I don't really remember the details of the very first one, but I remember the second one a little bit more. Of course, we died. We wiped the first one. So then we got into the second one, and we were doing good. We went to Complex. We went into the UESC guarded room that contract required. We got the part. It was either we got the parts or we hacked the terminal, whatever it is that it made us do. Well, then it was like, okay, it was go to quarantine. Then it was like, okay, go to quarantine now. We was just like, crap. We made our way over there. I don't remember if we ran into any PvP. We might have not. I don't remember. But we made it over there. And we did the thing, whatever the thing was that we had to do. We actually knew where it was. We got that done. I would go to say I wish I would have went back and watched the tape because I actually have that match recorded before this recording. But since I did not go back and watch the tape, I'm gonna estimate there was around 7 minutes left on the clock, and there was an extraction around the maintenance area because that's where we had kind of ended up. I don't remember if the contract made us go there or that's just where we saw the exfil. Do you remember what made us go to maintenance?
We were at maintenance. I think did we enter a key room? Maybe
that was the third game. And that was a good game. That was Night Marsh, and we put the team in the dirt, and we took their key, and we took their key room.
I don't know why we went to maintenance.
For some reason, we made the decision to go to maintenance. I personally think that was just the nearest exfil, and where it was like, hey, let's go here. That's what I think it was.
Right. But when we got there, there was one single person that we could hear, but I don't think we ever pinpointed that guy, and then another team pushed.
Yeah, there was a guy lingering around. We heard something. Well, the corner of my eye, I saw we never saw that guy. Well, it was probably a rook, to be honest with you. And then I saw the very first guy go. We were on the outside of the maintenance building. We were not inside. We were not on those roofs. Then I saw the first dude run up the roof on that. If you're kind of on the quarantine side and you're looking at maintenance, it's kind of like to the left side. I saw him run up that left side, and I put several bullets in him, and it hurt him really bad. There was a lot of exchanges going on. It was it was madness. It was crazy. Well, we actually ended up, I think you got a down, and then I got a down, and we had all 3 bodies left, dude. I would still love to go back and watch the tape to really see how did this person 1v3 us. But he did. Their last teammate, though, we just could not get him down. We were on the roof. We had taken control of the high ground, and we were on the roof. But he was fending us off in that choke. And he just, I don't know. He got so hot, dude. And he just kind of started downing us one at a time. And then to make matters worse, when he started getting downs on us, the rocket drone pushed us on the roof. And it totally changed the dynamics of that fight. He already was hot, and he was already in that gamer mindset. He kind of knew he had us on our heels. To make it worse, we got pushed by the rocket drone. I ran out of shield charge resources. That forced me to get off that roof, abandon my high ground, and get on his level playing field. Actually, worse, I had to go to the very bottom, and he was in the building upstairs, so he had height control on me. I knew he was in there somewhere, but unfortunately, I had no shield charges. Not even worth a gray shield. I mean, I was pure naked health bar.
Yeah.
And he did, man. He saw me first. We know how this story ends. He used whatever it was he was using, and he downed me very quickly. Then the rocket drone downed Zenem. And then it turned into a 1v1. And it should have never been a 1v1 between you and that guy, but it did. And it was just unfortunate. No. It was just kind of another unfortunate story of, I think we would have rallied. I think we still would have used body advantages to overpower him. But we got the bad griefing RNG yet again. It feels like we just come out, man. I'm going to complain here. I'm going to vent/complain here for a moment. It just feels like more often than not, that's a social work term. More often than not, that
Mhm.
we just come out on the wrong side of RNG with the bots. I can sit here and state so many cases to you over our marathon career where we're fighting a guy, we're engaging in PvP, but the freaking bots, bruh, the freaking bots just turn on us, and they don't favor us. It favors our opposition, and that was just another example. The rocket drone targeted us, and it completely forced us out of cover. Not only did it force us off that roof, which we were losing it, but I still in my heart of hearts believed we would have rallied and we would have overcame him. I just do. I believe it in my heart. But then not only that, the rocket drone downed Zenom, and that totally, I mean, like I said, it turned into a 1v1 when it should have never been a 1v1. But it happened fast, man. I don't think there was no react because we were so tunnel visioned on killing him. None of us really turned around and saw the rocket drone slowly approaching us. Just god awful, terrible RNG. But before we get on to the positives, any quick thoughts on just that engagement?
I know that the first two that went down, I had flanked around to the eastern side of and I had peppered the thief that grappled over the top, and then you finished her. And then I went around to the front of the building, and I saw the vandal up on the roof, peppered them, and then immediately after I shot them, you downed them. Both people, as soon as I shot them, you downed them. We weren't talking. We had no call-outs. It was just I shot them, you downed them.
Yep. We just kind of locked in.
Yeah. I had a demolition, which I still will say this. I hate that gun. It shoots too slow. It hits hard, but if you miss a shot, it is detrimental, that weapon.
Yeah.
Especially if you're facing something, which I was thinking he had a V66, but I want to say now that I think about it, I wonder if he didn't have a gold scar that removes the heating on it as it builds up, and that's how he was able to down us so fast.
He had something really good, man. The way he was able, we were body swapping, and he was able to maintain his choke and his position without reloading. And he played it so well. I'm gonna be honest though, I think he had good weapons on his side because I don't know. It's crazy. I really need to go back and watch the tape. I don't know what was he using, because I think if I watched the tape, I would be able to be like, that's what he was using. But he had something good, dude. The way he was able to continuously suppress fire against us.
There's that little cutout in the roof in maintenance that you look in on the second floor. When I tell you that I'm 95% sure that I was full health because I had just healed and I let it wait where it was full. When I looked in there, I didn't see him for 0.5 seconds. He had me downed.
Yeah.
Already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know what you are shooting me with. This is nuts. Because he lit me up.
He lit me up too, dude, and I know I did some good damage to him. It's unfortunate that when I decided to take the fight with him, one of us was down and the other was healing, because if had in that moment we'd all been healthy, he'd have been cooked. But the timing was just perfect because he put the equal amount of damage, if not more, in me than I put in him.
Yeah. And I don't know how he did it, but I tell you, it felt like there were 6 of him on that map.
There really did.
It was bad.
Yeah, just kudos to him, man. He played that fight so incredibly well. Whoever the heck we was going against, it was
one heck of a heartbreak. I'm not gonna lie to you, because all we had to do was exfil, and his contract would have been done on that run.
His contract would have been done. So, which leads then into really, honestly, the positivity. We that was a moment where we really had to take a deep breath, and we had to see, we had to smell the coffin. We had to be like, we are not going to let this fan down. We are not going to let this turn into another Dire Marsh massacre. So either you or me said, hey, we've read this book before.
I said we're going to Outpost.
Let's go to Outpost.
Not doing Dire.
Let's change the momentum. Let's get the momentum back. Let's find our confidence. Let's go to Outpost. Let's go get some bodies. And that's exactly what we did. That's home to us. We do, I don't know what it is. We just do better on that map. And we got him in there, man. And I actually think we had to run it back again. Me and you got out both times, but it happened again where a teammate got left behind. We was cutting the clock a little close, and he unfortunately did not make the exfil, and he got left behind on that first Outpost run.
Yeah, I want to throw out that, like, unfortunately, I think that, Old Town and I kind of got, like, tunnel vision. Like, okay, we're on Outpost. This is our bread and butter. We're going to do what we need to do, and we're going to get out. Not doing our part trying to teach him.
Yeah.
We got very tunnel vision, and we're so used to running with people that know exactly what the map is and where to go.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even think about it, and unfortunately, he got a little lost, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, and that's all she wrote.
The second one, we really dialed in.
Yeah, we dialed in extra hard because I just kept telling myself, like, my gosh, we have got to get this guy exfilled. We have got to get this guy some loot. And we locked in, dude. The second run, we had a really good key run. We had a red room key run. We got some bodies. He had that hero moment where he clutched up. It was an amazing run. He got his contract finished. We got some good loot. It was a great run. And then I think we had done another one, but time was running short, and I had this little voice saying to me, okay, we have our confidence now. Let's go give that contract one more run. But I was like, I'm going to throw a little twist in there. Let's try Night Marsh, where the darkness is will guard us a little bit, and we can move with a little more stealth. And I've heard that there's one less team in Night Marsh and Day Marsh. I need to do my homework on that. I cannot confirm that. I really don't even like saying it live on podcast, but I've heard there's one less team. It kind of seems like that might be the case, because you can definitely tell the pacing in Night Marsh, for obvious reasons, it's dark, but the pacing is slower. I've actually found this interesting success doing contracts at Night Marsh. We might get to that later. Some voice was telling me, let's give it one more guy. I really want to get this guy. I really want to walk out of this knowing we got this fan. We got our listeners' contract done. And we did, man. We had another good run. That was actually an awesome one. That was the run where we spawned. I think we spawned in quarantine. We immediately heard. That goes to show. I want you to think about this for a minute, Bat. We were not very close to maintenance. I think we spawned in quarantine. Quarantine is one of the closer locations to maintenance, but we heard that team open that key room somewhere around intersection. We was not going to go to maintenance. We was booking it straight to complex because that's what his contract was asking. We weren't even going to go to maintenance. We were crossing at intersection, and we heard, we heard the noise, and we're like, is that what I think it is? And we made the bold decision, you know what? Let's do this thing, man. Let's see if we can ambush these guys. And we did it, dude. That's more credit to you. You got more of a piece of that than anything because your positioning was more in the building. Me and Zenem was posted more on the outside waiting for them. But you can speak to more how that fight went from your angle. All I basically did is cleaned up what you guys started. But dude, I'll go ahead and spoil it. We didn't take their key, but we did take all the loot that they had acquired from that key room, and it was a great feeling, man. But any thoughts on that? Very quick, any thoughts on that key room?
Um, yeah, when we were crossing the intersection, we heard the noise, and I was like, guys, let's go. So we quickly ran across past quarantine, and we're all like stealthily walking up, and they stayed kind of near the front entrance. Well, I could hear the footsteps really clearly, so I started moving forward. I could tell that they were all still in the room. So I'm like, okay, nobody's outside of it. If we can catch the jump on them, there's only one door to this one. Like, okay, I'm going to move forward just so I can see what's going on. So they're at like I'd say the north main entrance for maintenance, looking in. I see two of the enemies walk out of the room, and I see them immediately start to head south. So I lit up the first two, just because I wanted to stop them from, going south and then taking a left to go on the outside of the building to the east. So I wanted to stop them in their tracks. And as soon as I started firing, my boys, they made their move and they came rushing in. I think I downed the first one, and then the second one was a recon, and he backed up around the corner. And then the third one was still in the room. I think we downed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I pushed forward thinking that the recon was still like right around the corner. He had backed up. It's always never good when I push, but I ended up going down. But we had gotten him low enough that the cleanup was pretty simple. But it was really just one of those like split second decisions that I had to make with the positioning that I was in, knowing that I could compromise everything for my team. So I took the gamble and I just said, I'm going to stop him right there. I'm not letting him go any further.
Yeah.
And my boys were right there to back me up. So
awesome. Well spoken. Great. Well spoken in good detail. Yeah. Happy. Put a little bow tie on the runs with Zenom. We ended it with that one. We got him out with some great loot. He was happy to run with us, and it was just a very full circle moment. Listener find show, listener friend, we friend listener, we link up with him, we run games, we actually do things to benefit him. What a great moment. And I will take this time to say, if anybody is listening to us, I'm pointing at you right now. Don't be bashful. Don't be bashful. Email us, reach out to us. If you're having trouble finding people to play with, hit us up. Let us know. Let me know who you are, and go ahead and in your email include your Bungie name. Your like your little. You can do your gamer tag if you want to, but do your, in case you're on a different platform as us. Give me your Bungie name and give us say whatever you want to say. And if you need people to run with, if you're needing help with contracts, if you want to just know what it's like to run with and operate with a squad. Because do you remember Zenom saying that? He's like, oh, wow, this is what it's like to run with a coordinated squad. Do you remember that?
It's a completely different game when you have a dedicated team.
Yeah, it's a complete... Go ahead.
Squad fills is nice, but having that coordination with somebody that you can, rely on to have call outs and all that type of stuff, it changes the game drastically.
You and I
noticed it.
You and I are not the most skilled players in this game.
No.
And in other games, we never own that. We never claim that. We don't claim that. But what we are good at is we are good teammates. We're good communicators. We bring good vibes, we bring good energy, and a lot of times that's more than enough. That's all you need. That's all you need. So we definitely bring that to the table. If anybody listening is interested in ever playing with us, or just email us, let us know that you're needing help with something, or you just want to play with us. Let us know. Let us know. Okay, we won't spend too much time. We got one more war story to talk about. Then we'll get into some of our other segments for this episode. Our other war story is what I coined as the North Relay Massacre. By the way, this disclaimer, everybody, this full video from my point of view is available on YouTube. Go to look up my channel, old_town south on YouTube, and the video is called the North Relay Massacre. You can also see Fallen 31 over on YouTube. You can see his point of view of that match. That was just a heck of a game, man. There's just no other way to say it, dude. We spawned in. I think we were like the hauler team, or I'm pretty sure we were like the hauler team. Yeah. And hauler. we was heading over to North Relay, and we found a poor guy. We immediately found a destroyer, and we assumed it was our first team fight. And technically, I guess in a way it was, but he was a guy that just accidentally spawned in trios solo, and he was literally a solo dolo, rest his soul. And so we eliminated him, and then we proceeded to North Relay. Yet again, Bat, we heard another key room, another.
This was like 5 minutes in. There was a key room.
Is it just me, or are we entering a key, like a new meta? Am I the only one noticing teams are opening up key rooms like immediately? Have you been noticing this?
Part of me wants to say that, unfortunately, I think it's a lot of the players that maybe don't know that it's better to. Unfortunately,
it's hard to gauge, because then we had another perimeter match where a gold, like a team that clearly knew what they were doing, they opened a key room pretty early. They opened the gold key room on perimeter. Fairly. You were? Yes, you were. You were. No. Good call out. No, you were not. Atlas had joined us at that point.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I do not remember a gold key room.
Yeah.
Excited.
We encountered another team that opened the gold key room. We did not take them out. They were aware. They knew what they were doing. So I don't know. Something's going on. Something's.
But they did theirs super early too.
They did theirs super early. Not that early, but it was like, I would say 7 to 10
minutes.
Not even that long. I'd say 7 to 10 minutes into the game, they did it. So I don't know, man. People are like bum rushing key rooms. I've been noticing this. Maybe it's anecdotal. Maybe it's just my experience, but I've been noticing it.
I mean, if you loot it fast enough and you get some better gear in there, I could definitely see that helping you defend it.
Yeah, especially if you're aware it's going to ring the dinner bell and everybody's going to push you. But you may want the PvP. These may be people that want PvP. They're like, bring it on. You want our stuff? Come and take it. We're here.
That's true.
I don't know. That could be what's going. That could be a new meta we're entering. But anyway, the North Relay Massacre is available on my YouTube if you would like to watch. If anybody would like to watch that, it's the full VOD, and also Fallen 31, his channel. This game, dude, there's really no other way besides to say it, Bat. We eliminated 9 players at North Relay. When we entered North Relay with about 20 minutes on the clock, we never left North Relay. All of the fights came to us. We pushed the team. We won. They had done opened it. So we took their loot. We proceeded to loot the remainder of the key room because they didn't take everything. As we were looting, we got third-partied. A fully kitted, purple shielded team pushed us. We won that fight. Then we took their gear, and then I think we were all, at least two of us was, then we had their purple shields and stuff and their guns, and I'll be danged. Then we heard a fourth team, and there was literally a fourth team that approached North Relay, and we had to fight them too. They weren't nowhere near as geared as that third team that we had to fight, but still, it was a team, and we took Thursday. It was an absolute insane game, and here is the stats. This is the objective stats from that game. Fallen 31, 6 limbs, 0 downs, 1,046 damage. Old Town South, 3 limbs, 4 downs, 1,024 damage. True Batman, 1 limb, 1 down, 783 damage. 783 damage ain't nothing to sleep on, brother. We've had good games with way less player damage than that. Yeah. I mean, it was just a banger, dude. It's just a banger of a game for us, man. I mean, 10 runner eliminations. What a great way to start off that night, man. It was a bloodbath. And I am so happy to sit here and say, buddy, we came out on the right side of that bloodbath, and we left there rich.
Oh, yeah.
That jingled my bells.
I do want to make a correction because I actually went back and watched the video. Fallen had 5 downs.
Okay.
Not 0.
Okay, so he had. So I misread 10. That. Okay, so I misread that. So he had 5 downs.
Yeah, and I just want to say this, like, I don't know what.
Apologies, 31. I cut you short there, brother. I cut you short.
But like that entire game, like, dude, I thought I was on fire. Like, I thought I was killing everything. And then we got to the exfil screen, and it was like, no, you had 1 of everything. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? There's no way. With the amount of hit markers that I had that game, dude, I could not believe it. And I was like, well, I guess the game just doesn't like me. I'll let it tell me I suck. I mean, I'm happy with the 783 damage, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I definitely thought I had more downs than that. I was like, this is screwed.
Nevertheless, though, the most important thing is you were involved. You were in the fight. You didn't have your hand in your pants somewhere else, lollygagging around. You were involved in every team fight, and the damage that speaks volumes. That because the ultimate, the downs and the limbs, they got to go to somebody, right? Not everybody's gonna. It's almost never gonna be dead even across the board. There's always it's gonna lean one way or the other. So, but that tells me like you were right there. You were in the fights with us all, man.
I think like each time, if I went back and watched it, like every time that there was a single footstep that I heard, like, dude, I was on it. I called out. I'm like, guys, there's team.
Yeah, you did.
And each time I was like the first one to confront them, but then you guys would like just swoop in and just clean them up. I was like, this is great. We're doing it. But I don't know why. I really thought I was just murdering that game. And we get to the end, I'm like, okay.
Okay, actually, Old Town and Fallen were murdering.
Actually, they were killing.
No, dude. Yeah, you were again.
It was good. I was just a little disappointed in the scoreboard. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Man, yeah, you'll get it back, man. I mean, hey, still, that's not damage to sleep on, dude.
Oh no, I felt good about it. And I always end up leaving with the most amount for value. And I always feel bad But I'm like, well, at least I got out with the most.
Oh man, love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, brother. Get ready to gear up. This next one is this next segment's going to be a little interesting. We're going to talk about Cryo Archive, and we're going to talk about what has been officially announced by the marathon dev team, the new mode coming down the pipe, July 21st, mid-season Vault Breakers. I think that I've been debating internally. Do I want to talk about Vault Breakers first, of what it is, or do I want to talk about first why I think it's becoming a thing? Which they confirmed a while back that they were always gonna do a PvE. Like we had heard in season 2. Before we even got to season 2, they were going to do a pure PvE mode, but we really didn't know what that was going to look like. If you'd have asked me a couple of episodes ago, do you think it'll have anything to do with Cryo? I'd have said absolutely not. I'd have been like, yeah, it's going to be Perimeter, it's going to be Dire Marsh, So that really took me by surprise. So I think we'll talk about kind of what information has been provided about Bungie's upcoming PvE mode, pure PvE mode, Vault Breakers. And then we'll get into some reasonings why we think this is kind of coming to be, maybe why they're going this route. And then we'll talk about some internal, amongst our group, we'll talk about some internal thoughts on Cryo Archive. So let's start with Vault Breaker. So here we go. Bungie just dropped the blueprint for their highly anticipated 100% pure PvE mode, and they are calling it Vault Breaker. It's specifically designed to let players experience the high-tier end-game content without the grueling PvP stress. The map and mechanics. The mode takes place inside Cryo Archive, traditionally the most hostile, sweat-inducing in-game raid map. You can queue up as solo, a duo, or have a full 3-man crew to take a progressively challenging series of PvE Vault. Sounding fun, man. Building up to a massive final boss encounter against a mysterious entity. It's going to be the compiler. I think we all know it's going to be the compiler. The economy, speaking of economy, so there's no loot transfers. To stop players from using a PvE mode to easily cheese and flood the main PvE extraction economy with high-tier gear, this is key, anything you find inside the vaults stays behind when you exfil. The exception, vault data. There is a brand new extractable currency called Vault Data. When you successfully extract it, you can use Vault Data to, permanently upgrade your Vault Breaker sponsored kits so you can push deeper into the more challenging vaults on your next runs. Okay. Or you can trade the Vault Data for specific gear, weapons, that can be taken back over into the standard PvP, PvE extraction modes, aka the normal game. Okay. Man, I mean, I feel like that we're going to be entering, I think it's important to give this disclaimer. Everybody, hear me out. Turn that volume up on your car right now. Disclaimer. I feel like whatever me and Bat are about to say, we're going to be in a little bit of a rock and a hard place. There's a lot of thought, there's a lot of feelings about this. You kind of got different crowds. They're not being like rude or abrupt. I wouldn't say that, but just we've been experiencing some opinions on this. So just disclaimer, everybody. We're coming from a good place. We're me and Bat are kind of finding ourselves just sort of in the middle with this, and we're just kind of in a rock and a hard place. So just disclaimer to that, everybody. We're going to give you all the best we can at this. Because we know people feel a type of way sort of about this. Bat, I'm going to start with This sounds fun. This sounds fun. I'm gonna take it for what I'm gonna let go of every opinion I've heard. I'm gonna let it go, and I'm just gonna read it for what it is, face value. This sounds fun. I'm excited for the opportunity to go into cryo without, that's going to be cool. That's going to be unique. It's going to be different to go in there and experience cryo to really, I remember Atlas Ford saying this to me one day. I don't remember if he was in there. He might have said it in the episode, but in the episode that I had him in where it's just me and you, but he said, man, I remember him saying, man, I would just love to go into cryo and just really stop and just listen and just look around and just see this amazing, cool, creepy map that Bungie has designed. We kind of have that opportunity now, with this Vault Breaker mode. I feel like this is going to provide us an opportunity maybe to learn cryo better, because let's be honest, I feel like there's not going to be no arguments against this statement here. Let's keep it real. Cryo stressful. Cryo's intense. And a lot of times I find myself not really being able to pay attention to navigation and really taking in the map because we're so concerned about the PvP, because the PvP is such a high threat. That is not me complaining. I'm not complaining. I love the PvP. Love it, love it, love it, love it in Cryo Archive. It truly is in-game content, and I feel like that's how it was always intended to be. Where apparently, if you progress far enough, you build up enough vault. What did I call it? Vault. Let's see here. Vault data. Apparently, if you build up enough vault data, you can progress. Whatever this progression system's going to look like, you can eventually get to where you can fight the compiler. That sounds fun, man. And with all of that being in mind right now, let's talk about some metrics that I was kind of able to acquire that maybe paints this in a different light. Maybe this can give some of our internal people some interesting perspective, and to give all of our listeners an interesting perspective of why this came to be, and Bungie chose to maybe kind of go with Cryo Archive and to give players more access, maybe more the casuals, access to Cryo Archive. So, check this out. Per the sources that I have required, this data I'm about to give out was pulled from trophy achievement from all platforms: Steam, PlayStation, Xbox. So apparently, if you kill the compiler, you earn a trophy. The data that I did is kind of tracked through like players that have accounts, that have played the game, the player base of the game, and how many players have those trophies, indicating they have beaten compiler. Here we go. The global ownership percentage is less than 1 to 2%. If you look at the total pool of players who have ever downloaded or booted up Marathon across Steam, PlayStation 5, and Xbox. Fewer than 2% of players have successfully defeated the compiler. The community data crushing points of the number of people who actually cleared it in Season 1 is closer to 1%. The active player percentage is under 5%. Even if you filter out casual players and only look at the top, the hardcore, dedicated runners who have completed at least 21 full extractions, the compiler rate is still under 5%. And here's another little section I've got right here. Per the official Steam and PlayStation achievement data, less than 2% of all players have ever successfully completed a compiler run. Paul Tassi over at Forbes dropped an article analyzing this, pointing out that 98% of the player base has never even seen this vault because of the PvP, PvE gatekeeping that Cryo Archive provides is severe. Therefore, that's why Vault Breakers on July 1st could be a massive deal. It's Bungie's official solution to let the other 98% of the community. These are not my words, by the way, everybody. This is just kind of what I pulled from. It's Bungie's official solution to let 98% of the community finally experience the end game. Okay, Bat. I'm going to say... So let's talk about, let's give some, so Bat, let's let that digest for a second. Essentially, we're looking at numbers of around 97 to 98% of the player base has never even seen the compiler. What do you think about that?
It is extremely believable.
I like that. Yeah. I don't know if that's what... Go ahead.
I have been in cryo multiple times. I have stepped foot in a vault once, and I didn't even open it. I don't know where the compiler's located on the map. I don't know how you get to him. I've only seen gameplay on YouTube, and it's typically just the fight. I don't know anything about him.
I took my research further, and then I was like, why are the numbers so insanely low? And I came to 4 pretty rock solid points that pertains to that percentage. Point number 1. Extract 6 highly rare Pacific keys from other maps, and it's RNG based. Yeah, you got to get your keys to open up these vaults. And when you kill a warden, it was guaranteed at the end of the season 1, but it's not that way right now. And it wasn't that way for a while in season 1. It was not a guaranteed drop. And even it's RNG, even if you hit the spots that are guaranteed keys, which I think the Red Room might be, if it isn't a true guaranteed key, I've noticed the Red Room and Outpost is a very high percentage to you're gonna get a cryo key. Here's the thing though. You don't know what cryo key you're going to get. There might be an RNG pool, but like you still don't know what vault are you going to get. By the way, I've still never seen a Vault 6 key. I've seen 1 through 5. I've never seen, have you seen a Vault 6 key?
Yeah, I had one last season.
Okay, cool. Okay. I'm glad that's good. That makes me feel better.
I have never seen a Vault 4 key.
I have seen a Vault 4 key, and I had 1 Vault 5 key last season. But still, RNG. RNG based. Point number 2. Successfully queue in Cryo Archive without losing those keys to high-tier PvP. Point number 3. Deal with the brutal RNG of getting the needed resources to open said vault. Batteries, cryo coolant, etc. that are required. Point number 4, have enough match time left to actually complete the puzzle and fight and kill the compiler. I take what you said, Bat. I look at this data. 98 around, I think probably let's say that's not fully accurate. Let's just go ahead and say that's probably not fully spot on. I think it's pretty safe to say, I feel pretty confident in saying, I'm going to go with a generous number. something more generous. I'll say 95%. I think it honestly is closer to 97%. 95 to 98% that of the marathon community has never even fought or seen the compiler. That's some pretty overwhelming data to me. I think it's important to also give a disclaimer that, our runs in cryo is limited. It's hard to give a number of how many times. It's hard to give a number of how many times we've been in there. We've got, and that's a goal I want us to work towards this season. I want us to get more experience in cryo. I want us to fill it out more. I want us to just experience it more because we're gonna have our contracts completed faster and everything. But I think that with those 4 points in mind, the data that has been provided, I think it kind of you can kind of start putting, whether if you agree with it or not. And that's up to you listeners. That's up to you guys. If you agree with, you think this is a cool thing or not, that they're doing vault breakers. I think the majority of the player base is going to be stoked about it. You got a couple, but then you have that 2%. And ironically, we are friends with one of those rare people that are in that 2%. Mm-hmm. And his name is Fallen 31. And I do not like, and the last thing I want to do is put words in people's mouth. That's the last thing I want to do. So I want to treat this very respectfully and just obviously words are not coming to me besides treat it as respectfully as possible, some of our internal discussions and everything, and just not put words in people's mouth because I want people to be able to be here live and speak for themselves. Is it fair to, correct me if I'm wrong, that one of his concerns was kind of maybe ruining the integrity. Is Vault Breakers gonna potentially ruin the integrity of the 2% of those few that have got a compiler that did go through the blood, sweat, and tears and have a compiler kill? From what you told me when he discovered that the loot is not going to be carried over into the main game, he was all for it. Am I right or am I incorrect on that? Because I don't want to put words in his mouth and get the wrong and tell the wrong side of the story.
Obviously I don't want to, but to my understanding, it was more. I think he was fine with the fact that stuff isn't going to be carried over, which even me, someone that's going for profiteer, and I love the looting aspect of this game, I'm totally fine with that. I take it. I don't care. Yeah. Even if I just get to hold it and look at it, that's cool. I like the fact that they added that there's going to be a new progression system. I'm always for progression. I love progression in any game. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think that there might have been an initial, we don't want people to go in to experience this easier version of cryo and then kill the compiler and get the skin. Yeah. Because that would diminish the hard work and dedication that the people that went and actually earned it would have. Yes. But I believe that there was a post that says that skin will only be available in the regular cryo. And good. Tell me if you disagree. As it should be. And I actually was in agreement with him. I think his concerns were very valid. Whoa, Bungie. You mean to tell me all this hard work and I wear this skin with pride and honor and
and now you're just going to hand it out for free. Because you think about what if me and you, Bat, were also in that 2% with him. I think we would feel that way too. Like, oh, like they're about to.
Oh yeah,
They're about to hand the. We went in and we earned that. They're about to just hand it out. Everybody's about to be running around with biotoxic and disinjectors. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So,
No.
I was actually in agreement with him on that. So, great job, Bungie, for seeming like they have came up with a very good compromise, like a very great middle ground. Because I'm gonna keep it real with you, Bat. And here is where I sort of understand the other side of the coin. I'm with you, Bat. I'm not trying to get down on myself, and I don't like the words ain't coming to me at this moment, but I'm kind of with you, man. I don't know if I'm ever even gonna we poke a lot of fun. We poke a lot of fun at our skills, and we poke a lot of fun at us falling on our faces and everything. But I consider ourselves overall pretty decent players.
Yeah.
And I consider ourselves some great players in some aspects of the game. Communication, being good teammates, being friendly teammates. I think we're S tier in some of those fields. But dude, like sometimes, man, I lay back in my chair before the Vault Breaker news was announced. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. There's been times where I've just kind of sat back in my chair and I've said to myself, I don't think I'm ever gonna get to compiler.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm skilled enough. Maybe I'm being too hard on myself. I just have genuinely I just don't think I'm skilled enough to be able, because of what it demands. And I've heard it kind of be said that the mechanics aren't that bad to get to compiler. I respectfully disagree. I
think the final step to getting to compiler probably is, but everything that you have to do leading up to that point, in my opinion, is very demanding.
I think
of
it's
somebody, especially on a casual gamer.
Yes, I think it's and by the way, I'm okay with challenge, right? Challenge is even we're sitting here talking about 98%. But like in chat, like it's kind of in a way, it's cool that there's something in this game that's that daunting. It's that daunting of a ask. I do respectfully disagree with. Well, hey, it's not really the mechanics and everything are actually not. Maybe like if you factor out the time limit in the PvP, sure, going around finding the batteries and the coolant wouldn't be that bad, but that's not Cryo Archive. You are actively against the clock. You are actively being hunted by other high-tier, high-kitted players that wants nothing more than to see you go back to spawn. By the way, throw in RNG on the batteries and the coolant and the thing. It's a pretty. It causes me a little strict because I really want to experience compiler, but I'd be a lying man to you if I didn't tell you it keeps me up at night a little bit because I'm worried the task it's too daunting for me. I love going into cryo and I love the PvP engagement, but sometimes I think that's about as far as it's gonna go for me. Maybe besides opening up Vault, because Vault 1, Vault 1's not that bad. Get lucky, bring in the Vault 1 key, find a couple of batteries, find some coolant. Vault 1's not bad. I don't even think Vault 2 is that bad, but you start getting to Vault 3, especially Vault 4, Vault 5. I've seen some of the things you got to do to crack into Vault 4, 5, and 6.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Now, I want to throw in that, Old Town here, when he used to play Destiny, he did Grandmaster Nightfalls, which is like the hardest thing in Destiny. So he's not like a lacking player. he's more skilled than I am. I've never completed a Grandmaster Nightfall. Never wanted to. That's way too difficult for me. When I played Genshin Impact, I can't tell you how long I stayed in the first area. That was home for me. I liked it. That's why I gravitated so hard toward the sponsored kits. I like easy games. I'm not a hardcore gamer. I probably never will be. I hold my own in Marathon on 3 maps in general. Perimeter, Dire Marsh, very seldomly. And then obviously my favorite one is Outpost. Cryo is a map that I have never once felt good about going into. I don't know the map. I don't know where any of the freaking spawns are. Let's not forget that it is the biggest map of the game by far.
Yeah.
Like, it is a massive. One of the things that I'm looking forward to with the Vault Breakers, honestly, part of it isn't even like doing the goal. I just want to be able to walk around in Cryo.
Yeah.
So I can figure out the stupid map.
Yes.
So that I have some sort of, recollection when I go in there. I'm not second guessing myself when I'm looking down a hallway, going to go through a door. I might have some knowledge now because I've physically gone in and I've looked at it and I've ran it and I've looked at all these different areas and I can tell where my routing is. That's something I'm looking forward to.
Yes. Keeping that in mind, amongst our group, we got to discuss it because I kind of proposed the idea of, and I even actually posted this on social media too. I was kind of thinking, like, I had saw a question on X one day from a Marathon source, like, what is a change you would like to see from Cryo Archive? And for me, I'm gonna keep it real. I think and I really sat there and I really had to think about it. Like, what is something that I would like from Cryo? Because I really think it's, despite the overwhelming percent, 98% has never even seen Compiler, I think it's kind of a masterpiece. I think Cryo Archive is as it's intended to be. It's the big bad final boss that you watch in your final anime. When you sit back watching this is the moment Naruto has trained for.
He's just standing there laughing at you while slapping all your buddies around.
This is the moment.
It's just there.
This is the moment Goku has trained for. This is the moment Eren Yeager has trained for. Mm-hmm. I could go on and on and on. This is the anime final boss we've all waited for. Cryo Archive is the big bad, and I think it's perfect. So I truly tried to treat it with the question with respect. And I kind of thought in my head, you know what I would love? Just a little more time. So, and I actually posted that in our Discord, and that actually ended up sparking some very interesting back and friendly, by the way, very very friendly, healthy, fun back and forth debate about it. I'm not even gonna go. I don't want to go into who was on what side and what was said, because that would be get into he said this, he said that, and I don't want to do that. I don't like. I want them to be here to talk. I would rather them be here themselves to talk about that, and so they can speak on how they feel on the topic. So, but in a nutshell, one of our homies was very on board with that. Like, man, that sounds good. Like I've been in there with y'all, and And yeah, the struggle is real. The PvP is intense. Those vaults, those later vaults, are really difficult to open. There's a lot that goes into them, and you even need some luck on your side. And one of our other homies was more on the side of, man, I think a time bump would be too generous, and and that they thought that the time as it is now is fine. It's perfect as is. I'll go to say clearly Bungie feels that way because the time has never changed. So clearly, as of this recording, 6/25/2026, Bungie feels the time in regular Cryo Archive is appropriate and balanced and fine. For me, the biggest thing is, and this is what sparked some of the interesting back and forth that we had amongst ourselves. I don't know how other people feel about it. I don't know how you feel about this, what I'm about to say, Bat. I have caught myself being in Cryo Archive and sitting there going, dang, I really wish we had more time right now. I really wish we had just 5 more minutes. Boy, what a difference that would make. I want to get your feedback back, and do not let me influence you one way or the other. For me, I would be very interested. Okay, when you enter Cryo Archive, I went back and watched one of our buddies' videos. I think as soon as you load in, you have 30 minutes on the dot. But you got to get through the very first room. You got to kill the bots. You're gonna spend at least a minute and a half to 3 minutes killing the first wave of ads that pushes you. A minute and a half if you're insanely fast. Let's be more realistic. 3 minutes. And then you're gonna spend at least another minute and a half looking for cryo security keys. You're going to check the bags. You're going to check and see if you get some good RNG, if there's some tags laying around. You're going to check and see if you got some good RNG, and you're going to see if there's any terminals around where you can get free security clearance. By the time you walk out that door where the game really begins, where you can be actively hunted by other players, and 25 minutes if you're slow about it, 23 minutes if you're fast with it, 27 minutes. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
If you're on average 25 minutes when you walk out that first door. If you're slow, 23 minutes. If you're really fast, 27 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go with the medium. So when really when the match really begins, you've got 25 minutes. I personally, as of I'm subject to have my mind changed. I'm very open to our buddies' other side. I'm very open to that feedback. I think for me, for Old Town, as it stands right now, I would actually love to see a 5-minute bump to Cryo Archive. I would love the timer to be 35 minutes when you spawn in. I don't feel in my heart it would change the pacing that much. Sure, maybe some teams would take it a little bit slower, but let's be honest. Cryo Archive is where heads roll. This is the place. This is the place where people come to get their PvP fix, and they want to fight. People are, even with a 5-minute extended time, you're still gonna have those teams that are playing really aggressive, hungering for that PvP, craving that PvP. I don't feel bad. It would mess with the pacing that bad. And I think it would give you a little bit more breathing time. It would give you a little bit more time to fight. It'd give you a little bit more time to settle in. I am interested in the time in Cryo Archive being up 35 minutes. But that's also coming from a place of, I don't have a lot of cryo experience, but I don't have not a lot of cryo. I'm kind of in the middle. I would say I've ran something around the ballpark of 15 to 20 cryo games ish. That's an
Oh,
estimate.
I'd mount that up. I'd probably say 30 to 40.
You think it's more than that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I really don't know how. I don't know how to put a good number on how many times I've been in there, but I've
You've
been in there
more than
enough.
I have.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I've been in there like 20.
Okay.
Because I've seen streams and stuff where you guys are in there. I'm like, oh, they're running cryo.
Yeah.
Good luck. Like it'll be a night where like I'm not here, or I'm calling it early because I got a bad day the next day. But yeah, every once in a while I'll see you guys running cryo, and I'm like,
yeah.
All right. I feel like I've been in there like 20 times, and I know you guys have been in there more than me.
It's just hard to say, man. I really almost don't feel confident in giving a good number because I just can't. I don't know. I don't know. But I know I've been in there enough to know how it rolls. Other than like I just haven't never done a vault. But I understand how cryo. I get it. I know what's going down, and I can't navigate it well, but I just know what it's all about. I know what the PvP engagements are like. I know what the PvE is like. But enough about me. What do you think, about do you fall on more of the side of it's beautiful, it's perfect, even the time is perfect as it should be? Don't touch it, Bungie. Or are you more kind of where I am in this moment? A 5-minute bump would be interesting.
Okay, so I'm going to make a couple of counter arguments, not against or for. These are just statements that I've been thinking about ever since the little Discord back and forth that was going on.
Sure.
So my first one is that, with time and looking at the different maps that we have in Marathon, I think that there honestly is only one map in this game that has the perfect amount of time for what the map is, and that is Outpost.
Okay.
Outpost, I never feel rushed. I never feel like when we get at the end of our goal, we have too much time on our hands. I feel like it is perfect. Now, there are games where our PvP has taken a little bit longer, so we have to make a decision whether or not we, control or just the red key, or, control and no red key. But because of that, I feel like Outpost, to me, is the perfect map. Especially when it comes to time. Sometimes even on perimeter, I get to the end and I'm like, man, if we would have had 3 more minutes, we could have gotten that supply drop.
Yeah.
Or Dire Marsh, 5 more minutes, and maybe if we could have found some antivirus packs, we could have done that lockdown because they spawn so late.
Yeah.
Just because of the size of the map of Cryo, personally, I think it needs a bump. Just based on size alone. Right now. If I start playing Vault Breakers and I learn the map better and I can navigate it easier as just a personal player, I might not feel that way.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a very good point.
I think we can run this, and I know where I'm going to go. We're going to do this, this, and this. I think we'll be fine. But right now, with me literally feeling like it's an alien of a map, and I'm just walking around waiting for the first person to shoot me, I feel like I need more time.
But go ahead.
Take that with a grain of salt, because honestly, I am a light player 9 times out of 10. I'm not somebody that seeks out the hardest thing in a game. So Cryo is not my favorite map, just because of how stressful it is, I will play it and I'll give it my best, but it rarely works out in my favor. So I'm looking forward to the Vault Breakers for multiple different reasons, but navigation and like being able to just experience it, even if it's on a weaker platform, will be nice because I, honest to God, don't know if I'll ever see it in the regular gameplay. I don't know if my skills will ever be up to that par. Obviously, time will tell, but as it stands right now, the way that I feel about the game, I don't think I'll make it.
Really, really great feedback, and I agree with a lot of things you said. The only thing I'll say the only thing I was a very slightly different on was I think the times are okay, are for the most part fine for perimeter, Dire Marsh, and you even said you love the time for Outpost. But I'm not, I'm not like very passionate. Like if they wanted to add more time to those, fine. If they took away a little bit, whatever. Which I don't think I don't see them doing that. But but Cryo is the one map where I sit there and I go, boy, we're always in a freaking rush. Boy, we're always fighting the clock, and it's just we're just. And hey, maybe Bungie wants us to feel that way. And maybe that's why they'll never move it. Because they want us to feel stressed to the max in Cryo Archive and always be just barely making it with the skin of our teeth. I don't think I like that direction. And that makes me that direction worries me that I'll never get there to compiler, but so be it. I accept your challenge, Bungie. If that's the route they always stick with. I think you had a very strong case with Vault Breakers maybe helping indirectly. Helping like, okay, we're not going to bump the time like Old Town wants us to, but we're going to give you a mode where you can actually learn cryo, and you as a player can be faster. I don't know if you can be fast. Those PvP engagements sometimes are still going to stretch out, and it's going to be a grind fest. But, if we could learn the map itself to be fast as we possibly can in those down moments, and that would help. I think that was a really good point you brought up. And I pretty much agreed with everything you just said.
I was gonna throw in that, like, it kind of sounds like it's gonna be very, very similar to what the sponsored survival is, and probably being the number one person, at least that we all know, that played it the most.
Right.
There's so much that I learned on Dire Marsh Night and Perimeter that I didn't know just playing the survival. Like different areas that I didn't know the map had, different routes, vent areas. I learned so much just going around and messing around in the map by myself.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Which is so nice.
Yeah.
So I think if a lot of people go into it kind of with that mindset, I think it's going to help. I would almost dare to say 50% of the player population just understanding the basics of cryo. Do you remember the first time we went in?
I do.
We walked out into that little area with the area that they look down and they can kill you, and we got murdered immediately.
Oh, we did.
I mean, like, we stepped out and died.
Yeah.
It was so fast. that's something that could be avoided if you learn the map.
Yeah.
um, but I mean, and it's the same with every map. But you also have to remember that with Cryo, you have to have $5,000 worth of inventory to go in, which even in the economy that we have right now, to me is still steep. Then you go in, and I don't know how many runs I've been in. I don't think we even left like an eighth of the map. Like
Right.
we spawned in, we went to one more area, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go in, 800 times to see the entire map, and maybe not even learn it in those runs. And then you're learning, where the spawns are for the cryo coolant and batteries, and where the bosses are that you have to kill for the later keys, little things you have to put in places to get this to stuff to open the vaults later on. There's a lot that goes into cryo, and unfortunately, I honestly think that a lot of us casual players just don't have the time to put toward grinding to see the end game for what it's supposed to be. So, like I said, the experience for me is going to be nice just to see it for myself, even if I'm not reaping the rewards like the people that earned it in the regular game. I just want to see it for myself.
Great feedback,
I don't
man.
care if I bring anything back. I don't need the skin unless I actually go in and myself. So I'm just excited to see it.
Yes, ultimately, yeah, ultimately. So am I. It seems time will tell. Time will tell. It seems Bungie really is trying to protect the integrity of what Cryo Archive is truly supposed to be, and the 2% of the player base that has actually done it and has the skin and got the biotoxic injector and everything. Yeah, time will tell, and I am ultimately excited about it. Keep in mind, everybody, I'm gonna say the disclaimer one more time. Me and Bat are in a little bit of a rock and a hard place with that, because some people we really care about what was on some different sides of the fences and everything, and I've even seen some other takes and opinions online of what this will be and everything. I think it's ultimately going to be cool and everything. I think it's just keep in mind, me and Bat are sort of caught in the middle with this one a little bit. But yeah, bring it on, man, and we'll see what it becomes, and
there's
it'll
another
be cool.
part. If you don't want to do it, don't play it.
Yeah,
there's other parts of the game.
I think one facts. Yeah, there are other. Hey,
I think
you
a
don't
lot of
have
people
to.
forget that.
Yeah,
Just because they put something in doesn't mean you have to play it.
Right. Yeah, nobody's tying your hand around your back.
Right? Like, you don't have a gun to your head. You do what you want to do.
I wanted to give everybody those 4 bullet points with really what it takes, talking about the key RNG. Surviving the PvP, finding the RNG of the materials within Cryo, on top of having a key, on top of winning your PvP, finding the batteries, finding the coolant, doing all the other crap that the other vaults demand of you, and then actually having time to get away with all of this. I think those 4 bullet points and the 97 to 98% of the players have just not ever even made it to him. I think I just wanted to put that out there for everybody just to kind of think on that. And if your question, and if for those that maybe are listening this that fall on the side of the fence of, man, I'm concerned this is going to kill the integrity of the game. I'm not going to agree, or the integrity of Cryo. Excuse me. The integrity of Cryo. I am neither going to agree nor disagree with that statement. I'm just kind of here providing this data, per these bullet points. I think that's why Bungie's doing this. Does that make sense? Did I explain that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, great.
This is the thing that they're seeing, and this is what they're trying to do in order to, I wouldn't say accommodate, but to let their game be seen for what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Great stuff, man. Okay, all right, awesome, very good. I knew that we got through that. Let's see here. And again, I'll say one last thing. I'm excited about Vault Breakers. I think it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. And hey, at the end of the day, we need players, man. We still need players, and I know Bungie is doing everything they can to get players over to Marathon. And I know they're testing, and they're constantly trying to come up with things. So, hey, maybe this will bring some more players over, because ultimately we all, at the end, hey, here we go. Here's the final cherry on top. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're listening to this podcast, you probably love this channel. Hi. You love this channel, but more importantly than us, you probably love Marathon. And we all want this game to succeed, and we want this game to thrive. So anyway, man, as long as Bungie keeps tries to, for the most part, keep the identity of the game, whatever they want to test, whatever they want to monkey around with to get some players over, do it, man, do it. And me and Bat will be right here on Running Out of Breath to talk about it with all you fine folks. I think we're going to end this, brother, we'll talk a little bit about this, and this really pertains to you.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Cradle Evolution System, a.k.a. Prestige, as he takes a deep breath, Prestige Mode. Mid-season is also introducing a Prestige system for maxed out Greyers, a.k.a. he's on this podcast right now, True Batman. Once your Cradle is completely maxed, you can reset it back to 0. Doing this grants you 1 additional maximum energy point for your builds and unlocks exclusive cosmetic runner shell types. The cosmetics will be available later in the season, but if you unlock them ahead of time, you will automatically receive them once they're available. With this change, Cradle, this part's interesting to me. With this change, Cradle progression speeds will also be increased. I got a lot of questions, and I don't think they're going to be answered. When they say Cradle progression speeds will be increased, does that mean across the board, non-prestiged? Or does that mean you're True Batman 4444, you are a maxed out Cradle player, you choose to reset, you choose to Call of Duty Prestige, go back to 0 with an accelerated rate? I think that's what it means. Gun to my head, I don't know for sure. Bat, what do you think about this?
First off, all I'm going to say is why? Why, Bungie? Why did you do this to me? I was done. I fed the worms. They're happy. They're fat. They're full. They gave me what they needed to give me. Why would you give me this option?
He's doing a WWE promo.
Okay. I'm not going to lie. When I read this on the notes, I almost cried. It better be the fact that Batman is going to only have the accelerated speeds, because
Because no. Nobody else put in the dedication I did. Only I should see the reward. And
Tell
if
'em
I'm
that.
gonna be set back to 0
Tell
to
'em
where
what's
I
up.
don't have the melee like you guys will because you're still at, maxed on that bar. Yeah, I should be able to get it quicker.
I'm the PvE. Bat says I'm the PvE god.
I am. Gosh darn it. Now, I will say that they did do a good thing and gave me a reason. I love cosmetics. So that's something that I will be looking forward to. But my God, why'd they do it? Why? I'm on the verge of tears right now, dude. I'm so sad. I do not want to see that thing go back to 0. Are you kidding me?
Yo, when I read that, I'm going to tell you what my initial thoughts were. Very similar to yours. My thoughts were, pardon my French, I said, hey, no way in hell I'm pushing that button and I'm going back to 0. You can...
Nobody's going to play with me, dude. I'm not going to have anything. Ever. All season. God, what the fuck?
I mean, it would be an interesting flex, but
I'm going to do it.
That seems like a lot, dude. Like, you go back to 0? 0? Oh, even
dude,
with
level 69 was 210,000 XP.
Oh my gosh.
210 alone, one level. I'm gonna have to do that again. It better be like a 30% buff, dude. Oh,
I'm gonna try to drop the So the emotional side of me right now is pretty much already made the decision. Old Town will not be participating in this. Old Town will continue to do his thing. Is feed the worms at a very. I'm level 61 by the way. If anyone I'm level 61 in the cradle. It's like 61 or 62. I'm going at a very slow pace. I'm happy. I'm happy with the stats I have, and I have continued on with my career. When I first read this, I said, nah, I will definitely not be participating in this. But
that's a trap.
That is a trap. That is a feed. The worms are still hungry. They have not been fed, and I'm gonna lose all my gear, and I'm gonna be stuck playing sponsored survival because I ain't got no gear because the worms took it all, and they demand more. Oh man, dude. I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna keep it real with you, brother. You're gonna be the spokesperson on this. I just I don't know. I'm gonna drop the emotion for a second, and I'm gonna try to be rational. Imagine being rational. Imagine. I'll try to be rational. Maybe it's a huge bump. I sure hope it is. Maybe it's a massive, okay, it's like a 30%, a 40%, and you just blow through the levels.
Like if I give him one purple gun, I better get 6 levels.
Exactly. Good. Yeah. Exactly. Like you give them one purple M77, buddy. You see 6 levels.
Like, man. I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you, hey, don't do it. Or, yeah, you need to do it. Oh, dude. I know I'm not playing tonight, but I don't even know if I want to open it tomorrow.
Hey, even coming from the Cradle System God and true Batman for you are the God at the Cradle System, and just for me, if you're scared of that, I should definitely be afraid of it. Because I read that, dude, without even talking to you, I just said, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll take my 4 bars that I've progressed and I'll run with it.
You know how you were talking about how cryo keeps you up at night? I ain't sleeping. Are you kidding me?
The worms keep Pat up at night.
Freaking worms. They're so greedy.
They're
are just
greedy.
so fat. Oh.
Woo! I tell you what, though. But hey, I said it earlier in the episode, but yeah, everybody, July, all Vault Breakers, the Cradle Evolution Prestige mode will all come at July 21st, our mid-season update, and there will be more where that came from. Like there'll be gun. I'm sure there'll be gun tweaks. There'll be other tweaks involved with that.
So the Cradle Evolution isn't happening until July 21st.
I believe so. I believe so.
Okay, so I have some time to process. Okay. Good.
Yes, you have time to process.
I'm sorry, I'm emotional. This is the first time it's happened on the stream. I'm so sorry.
Really, go ahead.
Ooh, this hits me hard, and I'm really sorry.
Yeah, this even hit me.
That's gonna change everything.
It will. It really will. We have two more big talking points for y'all. They're very short, and we'll wrap this thing up. Player profile stats are coming. I'm very excited about this. This is a W, Bungie.
Same.
W's. I like this.
We've been asking for it.
We've been asking for this. They're finally adding official in-game player profile stats so you can finally track your lifetime kills, extractions, and fumbles. Love it. Love it. I in particular want to see how many times I've died. What would make me so happy. What I did not gather from this is when. When is I don't know if this is season 3 or is this mid-season update. I wish I'd have dug into that deeper. When is that dropping? But nonetheless, it's on the way. And that's a W, Bungie. I'm very excited about it. And we got a little information on season 3. Mark your calendars. Bungie officially confirmed Season 3 launches on September 22nd, promising a total revamp of the starting map perimeter with a map with massive new areas and a brand new runner shell. W's. Sounds good. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm here for it.
Exciting.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that when we rally up, when Vault Breakers releases, and I know we might have got into hopefully to all of our listeners, hopefully we didn't get too into the negative, because I like to keep things very positive on this channel. But sometimes you have to get into the nitty gritty of things sometimes. I think that when it's all said and done, we're going to be clapping it up and giving the W's for Bungie on Vault Breakers. I think when it's all said and done, we just happen to, be close to some people that had some pretty strong opinions on this. But I think when it's all said and done, it's going to be fun and it's going to be cool. And I think the majority of the player base is going to enjoy Vault Breakers.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, great stuff. All right, brother, this has been another great episode. It's been cool, everything coming full circle. Everybody, I'm your host, Old Town South. You can find me over on Twitch, _Town South. My profile picture is me and my poodle. You can't miss it. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Get your butt over in our stream. We want to see y'all. We really want to engage and talk to you all in our streams. Today, as of this recording, is June 25th, 2026. I'm most likely going to go live June 26th, 2026. That's going to be on a Friday. If you catch this early Friday morning of the 26th, be looking out for me live on Twitch that night, somewhere around 7 o'clock or so. You guys can also find me on YouTube, _Town South. I've been working to beef that up, working on my editing skills and everything, but I post some of our whole games, some of the North Relay Massacre, that's on my YouTube. You can watch that whole match. I've got some shorts there. That's over on YouTube. I've been having a lot of fun on TikTok TikTok. Y'all can come over and engage with me on TikTok, old_town south. Batman, where can the people find you, brother?
I'm on Twitch, and primarily Twitch. I don't have anything else really at the moment. Like I said in the last one that I might eventually expand a little bit. That's going to be in the works probably for a while. I'd like to have something that I could use software on. And all I have is a PlayStation. So if that ever comes to fruition, then I will start shouting that out. I do have an old YouTube channel, but I haven't posted anything there in a long time, so there's no marathon content. That might change. I might just switch it over, but like I said, I want to wait till I have something that I can actually work on that stuff with. So
amazing.
If
Great
that
stuff.
happens, I'll let you know.
Great stuff. Looking forward to the day where you can get more platforms going where you can flex that on this channel. That will be great. And also look forward to hopefully when the day comes and we can get you affiliated on Twitch. That'll be I don't even know if they call it that anymore, but it's where you've met that benchmark where people could start subscribing to you. That'd be cool because I've been wanting to get you there at that point for a very long time. So all that being said, True Batman 4444. If y'all love this man, he needs your help. Please go over to Twitch and shoot this man a follow and show up for his stream. I know he would appreciate it so much. Again, guys, just holy cow. This podcast is a dream come true for us. Thank you, everybody who is supporting it. Thank you for the downloads. Put on more steam. Keep those downloads coming. Give us a rating on whatever source you listen to us. If you dig this thing, please give it a review that you feel is appropriate. If you hate it, give it a 1-star. We love all the engagement. Don't be afraid to give us fan mail. If you would like for your fan mail to be read live on our episodes, shoot us some fan mail. If you ever want to play with us, I announced that in the last episode. I don't have that in front of me right now, but send me some fan mail. Give me your Bungie tag. I'd be more than happy to friend you, and we will get some games rolling, and you can play with us truly, Old Town South and True Batman. With that being said, this is Running Out of Breath, episode 11, the one, the place to get your marathon listening ears on. We love you all so much. Stay classy out there. May a mercy come near to you for an exfil. That didn't come out right. Wishing you all the best. Wishing you all the professional podcast. Wishing you all your best on your exfils, and we'll see you soon. Until next time.
See ya.